Joel, welcome to the National Music Center. We're thrilled to have you here. Yeah, we want to talk about powwow. We want to talk about the hand drum, round dance songs, and you're at a phase where you're at the National Music Center. You're working on some music, but let's go back a bit. I know that you have a long legacy. Your family has such an incredible legacy with the drum, but. If you could share some of your introduction to the drum and what you remember.
Danse Dave, Mikwanak Kamôsakinat ni tsiga sun, Maskwacis, egwaoni chiskopone kotinia. Hello, Dave. Just wanted to give a brief introduction of myself. My real name is Mikwanak Kamôsakinat, feather pickup man, and my name by my white man name is Joel Wood. I'm from Maskwacis, Samson Cree Nation, Nipsikopak, and Saddle Lake Cree Nation, Onichiskoponik. And it's just it's wonderful to be here. I'm just so thankful, blessed, grateful for the opportunity to be here and to share some music once again.
Thank you, Joel. And the drum. What's your earliest memory of experiencing the drum?
I was, I guess you could say I was born right into Northern Cree. I'm a current member of Northern Cree. Northern Cree's been around since 1982. It was founded by my dad and his brothers, the Wood brothers from Saddle Lake. And, I was born right into it. And one of my earliest memories of being around the powwow drum was in the summertime, I'd take my dad's drum outside on the lawn, and I'd sing. I'd sing there, and there'd be times when my dad would come and sit with me, and man, this kind of makes me feel emotional. Just turning back the pages and looking at one of my first memories of being around the drum.
For a lot of people, that experience of the drum it's not just the beat of a drum. It's something more. And what can you share about that?
That's true. We hear the beat of the drum, but there's something beyond that. I know I can feel it. I know I've been to many places across Turtle Island because of Northern Cree, and I've witnessed many people come by the drum, to the drum, approach the drum, put offerings on the drum, and share words that, I don't know what it is, but something right here made me feel good. And that drum has a spirit in it. I've always been told this, I've been taught this, and it's something that I share now in my journey, is that if you take care of your drum's going to take care of you. All your travels, all your endeavors, the good and the bad, your drum will always take care of you. That drum is alive. That drum has a spirit.
When you're playing the drum, you're if it's powwow or if it's round dance, you're with other people. How is that experience when it extends out with others?
Being able to play alongside, some of my brothers at Northern Cree, or even at social gatherings such as round dances, singing alongside other singers, you feel the drum, but you also feel those other singers who are there joining in. They're sharing their energy, they're sharing their voices, and when those energies all come together, you really feel it. You really feel what you're putting out, and it comes to you as a good feeling, as we're doing something good here.
And the gatherings that take place. So let's talk about powwow. So when Northern Cree, or let me put it this way, what's the difference between powwow and round dance songs?
With powwow songs, you're going to be singing on a big powwow drum, and on that powwow drum, you're going to have members of up to, in Northern Cree, we have 15 to 16 men who sit around the drum, and we all beat together and we all sing together. And then we have our sisters, our lady backup singers. We have 2 of them in Northern Cree, and they stand on the outside of the drum, and they sing as well. And even though they're on the outside, their spirit, woman's spirit is just so powerful that they really complement what's going on around the drum right here. They're very much a part of it. With round dance, each singer, they get their own hand drum. We sing on hand drums. So you hold your own drum. You have a stick, and then you just give it the we call it like a heartbeat. I guess that's what a round dance beat is. It replicates a heartbeat.
And the theme of those songs from round dance, they could be quite varied. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
This is true. This is very true. Round dance songs, from my understanding, a lot of the round dance songs long ago were sung, in my area anyway, Treaty 6 territory, mainly sung in either Plains Cree or no words at all. And nowadays, the music has evolved. It's evolved. It's reaching many new different audiences across the world, I want to say, because it truly is. And these songs, they include lyrics that you can be singing a love song on one song, all love song, and then over here you might have a different song where it's maybe it's a heartbreak song, or maybe it's a song talking about my friends, I'm going to the round dance. I'm going to the round dance with my friends. Or maybe, something that Northern Cree has done was they included Facebook in a song. So, you're right, the songs vary.
The audience that you reach, Joel, can you tell us a little bit about that? Because we know it's a large audience.
I had this conversation downstairs a few days ago. Our music it's just now being discovered. But this music, round dance, powwow, prayer, rattle songs, flute songs, our music, it originates right here. It's the oldest music of this land right here, Turtle Island, North America. This is where it originates. And we're reaching a time where our music is just now being discovered. It's probably been discovered a few years back, maybe more than a few years back, but we're in it right now where our music is really reaching these different audiences, these different platforms, much like our fashion. Our fashion is being picked up in mainstream. I feel like our music deserves that recognition as well. Our music, our traditional music, deserves to be heard. It deserves to be recognized. What I can say is that you're not going to understand our music until you give it a play. You listen to it, you feel it. You gotta, and it will touch you. It will reach you some way, either whether it's the drum, whether it's the rattle, maybe it's just the vocals, maybe it's the song, maybe it's the words in the song. Something, our music is alive. It's got a spirit, and it really touches people.
Something that was really groundbreaking about Northern Cree was taking the big drum and taking it to the Grammys. In I believe it was 2017, and when the drum was there, it had I've watched it online more than a few times, and there's a power and a spirit in that room at the Grammys. Is there something you can share about that experience of the drum being at the Grammys?
Being at the Grammys and playing our music on that stage was, in that moment, it was surreal. But also in that moment, and now when I look back at it, is, whether it was Northern Cree or not, anybody, whoever was up there playing our traditional music, that's our music deserves to be up there. While we were playing, I reminisce about this time often. I go back to that time of being on the stage and wearing our attire proudly, being proud, representing our people across Turtle Island, all First Nations communities. It wasn't just for us, and I'm sure my brothers can agree with me on this. It wasn't just for us; it was for all First Nations people across Turtle Island. Just feeling that pride of being First Nations, being Cree, being Indian, being Native American.
And advancing the drum, I mean, you're in front of the top entertainers in the world, and when that crowd was cheering, it was a heartfelt crowd response. What was that like hearing that?
It was just like while we were singing, feeling that pride, and we finished the song and we all raised our drums in the air. And we are all sagwaying, giving it a war whoop, and just feeling proud, and just knowing and feeling right here that in that audience, there was many audience members in there, celebrities, if you will, but above that, a lot of our ancestors were also there, and. Just feeling that, that pride, that was very, very special, and I know that it touched a lot of people in a good way, and that was the big payoff, being able to represent and make the people feel good and proud.
You mentioned something earlier about carrying the drum and looking after the drum. Joel, what are some maybe protocols that surround that, about that responsibility of having a drum and caring for a drum? Could you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, I can only share what I know. A lot of the teachings that I have, and the little bit of knowledge that I hold was taught to me and passed down to me from my father, Steve Wood, and I want to say his name. I want to recognize him. Something he's always done and always shown me through all the travels that we've done. No matter how big the venue, no matter how big the audience, no matter where we are, you always smudge your drum before you play on it. You give a little bit of tobacco offering, asking for a good outcome, and that's basic. That's basically, you smudge your drum, you take care of your drum, it's going to take care of you. Some of the other more basic teachings is, you don't want to leave your drum unattended. You don't want to leave it anywhere. We always look at our drums, and like I said, they have a spirit and they're alive. Musom, grandfather, would you disrespect your grandfather, or leave him somewhere where you're not going to come back for him, or things like that. So we make that reference, and as those drums are Musum's grandfathers.
I know that Northern Cree is well known on the Powwow Trail, but some people might not know what the Powwow Trail is, and Joel, how would you define what the Powwow Trail is?
The Powwow Trail is, you know, powwows happen year round. They happen year round, but during the summer, you're gonna find a trail. You're gonna find a powwow trail starting in end of June and going right into early September. Every weekend, and nowadays they're starting to have weekday powwows. So there can be stretches of powwows for those 2 months, July and August, where you're just powwowing consistently every day. You go from one community to the next, to the next, to the next, and so on. And that, I guess you could call that a powwow trail.
And when you're on that powwow trail, there are competitions taking place. What could you share about the competitions?
There are competitions. Many powwows do have competitions. There are powwows who still operate as a traditional powwow. And, it's still a powwow. It's very much has everything that you'd find at a powwow. Just that some of them are contest. You have contest categories for the dancing, and you have contest powwows for the drumming. These categories, we have a junior category, which is, I believe, 7 to 12 years old. You have a teen category, which is 13 to 17. You have a junior adult category, which runs 18 to 34 or so. And then you have a senior category, which runs 35 to 50. And then one for the golden agers, 50 plus. So there's many different categories, and each division has different dance styles. For the girls, you're going to find girls traditional, girls jingle, girls fancy. And then for the boys or the men, you're going to find men's traditional or boys traditional, boys grass, boys fancy, and boys chicken. There are many other categories, but these are the more common ones that you'd find at any powwow.
How many songs do you know, Joel, and what are those songs about?
Dave, there's times where I'd be sitting at home and, I'd be singing a song and I'd wonder, where did this song come from? And a memory would pop in my mind. And, I heard it years ago here, sung by this group or this person. And, the song library in my mind is, it's got a lot of songs in it.
I have to ask you as well about the round dance. I've been at some events where round dance takes place, and it's such a beautiful way for people to come together. For somebody who's never been to a round dance, how would you describe it?
Well, we'll take it back a little bit, and we'll say round dance is for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. If you've heard of a round dance happening at a certain location, that's an invite. That's an automatic invite. Come on over, have a good time. Like I said, it's for everybody. When you get to the round dance, if you're a first timer, you might just want to find a spot to sit. Maybe you have some friends at the round dance already. Maybe you know some people there. And what's going to happen at a round dance basically is that there's going to be singing all night long. There's going to be dancing all night long, and that singing and that dancing is open to everybody. You get up there, you join hands. You don't even have to know the person you're dancing next to. You join hands with them. That's what we do at round dance, is we connect that energy, and then we dance in a clockwise motion all night long. Some communities, they'll dance till sunrise, and that's just the way it is. It's a good time. It's very healing. It's a good way to bring people together. The singing in itself is exceptional. You have many, many, many good singers out there with beautiful, beautiful songs. And of course, you're going to have an MC that takes care of the round dance. And, the MC is a His job is to, make sure there's no dead air and, keep the jokes flying and not just jokes, but also teachings as well, of why we round dance, what's going on here. There's other things that happen within the round dance, during the round dance, but that's just the basic info about round dance if you're a first timer.
Speaking of first timers, I've been to powwows where it's the first time they've heard it. They've heard the music, and sometimes people, without knowledge, they will say, "Well, all the songs sound the same," and I've been. I'm sure you've had that. Somebody mentioned that to you as well. What was that like when you had to respond to somebody who might be thinking that or saying that?
I think everybody's entitled to their opinion, for somebody who, for somebody who makes, a comment or an opinion like that, maybe they're not feeling it. Maybe their spirit isn't ready for that. Maybe it's not ready to receive that music, because that music is not just music. It's a healing tool, and a lot of the songs, they all have their own meaning. They all have their own sounds. A lot of them, might sound the same, but if you're not feeling that music, you're not going to understand it. And if you don't understand it, that's okay.
When you're at the powwow gatherings, what are your thoughts of elders and young people? Because those two segments of our population are always very important and top of mind. Is there anything you want to share about young people and elders?
I guess first and foremost, I want to, excuse myself, and if I offend anybody, that's not my intention, especially the older ones. But for the young people, I really want to encourage you all, anybody out there who's making music, who's feeling music, who wants to try pick up a drum, who wants to try sing, who wants to, give it a shot, who wants to go to a powwow and watch a drum group and, visit around with that drum group or whatever. I want to encourage all of you out there, anybody who I can reach, that you should do it. Like if that's what your spirit is calling for, that's what your spirit is telling you to do, follow your spirit. If I can reach, one or two people with good words and encouragement, then I know I'm doing my job right. But that's something for the young people that I really want to encourage. This is our music. This is our music. All the power, all the blessings, all the luck to any of our people who are aspiring to be country music stars, rap artists, in a rock band. All the power, all the blessings, all the luck. But this right here, what we're doing, round dance, powwow music, this is our music. This is Indigenous music. This is First Nations music. And, for our older people, I just, I thank our elders far and wide for many of the things that they've done. Whether they know it or not, each and every one of them are true warriors in my mind. I want to recognize our Indian residential school survivors. Those are the true warriors. And if I'm able to reach anybody out there with my music in a good way, where it's bringing you joy, comfort, warmth, puts a smile on your face, then I know I'm doing my job.
Awesome. We've talked about the powwow trail. We've talked about hand drum, and some of the protocols. But what about the recording? So that's another aspect of what you've, particularly Northern Cree's done and you're doing. What can you share about recording the music? Is there how is that different than performing live for you?
There is a difference. I'm not I'm not going to lie about that. When you play live at a powwow, at a round dance, you're gonna spark up, ignite that raw energy, and you can't emulate that in the studio. I mean, you can certainly try, and I'm saying that you can't. I'm not saying that you can't do it. You can certainly do it. Just being in the studio, you have all these tools, which is really cool. You get to overdub and make your music sound that much more powerful than a single take. You can redo songs if you're not feeling it, really. But I would not take anything away from live music, whether it be at a powwow, round dance, or even a stage performance.
Joel, your time at National Music Center right now, what are you hoping to achieve from it?
This project that I'm working on, it's we were basing it around language revitalization. I'm a second language learner. Both my parents, Indian residential school survivors. So I guess you can say within our home fire growing up, because of the effect of Indian residential school, our language wasn't really spoken too often within the home. By the way, both my parents are fluent Cree speakers, but a handful of years ago, I sat and I thought about, man, I'm getting a little bit older now. What can I do to try grasp the language? Attending ceremonies and whatnot, that helps. Visiting with elders of the community, and something else would be the little bit of words that you know. Try to use them. Try to use them when you can. Even if you're having a conversation in English, insert those words. Don't stop trying. Always try hard. Agame muk. Never give up. Keep trying. Try hard. And that's what we're doing here at the music center. I hope that I'm playing my part in encouraging the young ones, the little ones. Maybe my peers, maybe people my age, maybe I don't know who I'm going to reach, but if I can reach somebody out there, to look back at your languages, all of our languages. There's many different First Nations languages across Turtle Island, Canada, and USA, and I believe that our language has a spirit to it. It's got medicine, and when you're able to speak, the Creator can hear you. You connect with the Creator when you're able to speak your language. And through my lifetime, singing has always been my outlet to grasping, onto the language, learning little words here and there, hearing songs and then asking somebody, like my father, hey, what does that word mean that they're saying? And then, being told, and then, that sticks with you in your mind. And then I hope that the songs that I'm putting together for the people are something that'll encourage as many people as I can to look back at your people, your language, your culture, your traditions, your community, our people.
Beautiful, beautiful. You've mentioned that revitalization of language is important to you, and just how powerful the drum is in your life. Where do you see it all going? Like in terms of like 10, 20 years from now, when 30 years from now, 40 years from now, when you're reaching that elder status, like is that something you can see right now, or is that you wait and see where things go? I don't know.
I can't see that far ahead. The only thing that I can control right now is what I'm doing right now, in hopes to reach somebody, whether, like I said, whether it be 1 or 2 people or 100 people, hundreds of people, you know, like I said, go back to your roots. You know, I can't look that far ahead in time. I'm only in control of what I can do now and how it will pan out for the rest of those years. And yeah.
Joel, I wanted to ask you about being in the National Music Center. What was it like to enter the facility and just being in there? What was that like for you?
It's actually my second time here. I was here with Northern Cree last summer. Then was really super cool. Experiencing it with the group, with the brothers, the sisters. But even coming back this time as a solo artist, just as special. You know, the team here at National Music Center is just awesome. Everybody that I've encountered has been so helpful along the way, and I appreciate each and every one of them. You know, this is just a wonderful workspace to create music. It's a comfortable space. It's very inviting, and I'm just grateful to be given this opportunity. You know, this is something I've never would have dreamed of, to be in a facility like this with the tools that they have here. You know, it's super awesome, to say the least.
And we're almost done here, but I just wanted to ask your life with the drum. I mean, it's interesting that you go day by day. To me, I see you as carrying that torch, and you know, you're part of your dad's legacy as one of the you know, most respected people to play the drum, and who formed the group in the 1980s, Northern Cree. I know you mentioned his name, Steve Wood, of course, and you know, no pressure carrying a legacy on.
You know, there's I have a lot of the shoes that I'm, you know, a lot of space to fill in those shoes. You know, like I don't even know if I can do it. My dad is such an awesome man. He's done so much for Northern Cree. He's done so much for communities, you know, across Turtle Island, First Nations communities, but not only First Nations communities, but, you know, communities outside of the reserve. You know, he's working with the youth on the daily back in Maskwacis. He's one of the school administrators. My dad has accomplished so much that I've seen in my years, and you know, he's not done yet. I know he's not done yet. He's got many great things to do yet, and as you say, passing the torch, I can only hope to do just as good as my father, Steve Wood, Maskwacis, drum boy. Beautiful.
And the I just want to ask lastly, just the when you're done, you know, with the recording process and the project you're on, what do you hope it'll accomplish?
I just hope that this recording, the album that we're working on, will reach whoever it can, to, you know, ignite that spirit in them, to say, I want to learn my language. It doesn't have to necessarily be. It doesn't have to be Plains Cree. You could be Anishinaabe. You could be Lakota or Dakota or Navajo, or wherever you're from. You know, whatever your tribe is. You know, I just hope that it'll encourage whoever I can to pick up, make music. You know, music is so beautiful. It's we always call it a universal language, and I just so much want to show our people that you can be you. You can be you. You can. And when I say you can be you, I mean, you know, I'm from the res. I'm from Maskwacis, Samson Cree Nation, born and raised, and you know, all I've ever known was singing. being a part of Northern Cree, being around that drum, being around the Drum Brothers. All of my travels throughout my lifetime have been because of the drum. Any community that I've ever visited here on this land and even overseas would not have been possible without the drum. There's a saying that my dad always shares, and I share it anytime I get an opportunity. He used to tell me this long time ago as I was a boy and my years coming up, and he still says this, but now today it means a whole lot more. I understand it. I've lived it. I've experienced it. Back in the day when I was a little guy, I'd look at him and I'd say, you know, why do you keep saying that? And he'd tell me, you'll understand. It goes like this. If you believe in who you are, where you come from, your culture, your identity, your language, it will take you to places you've never even dreamed of. And that's a quote by Steve Wood.
Beautiful. Thank you, Joel. I think you shared some wisdom, you've shared some experiences, you've shared some culture, you shared about the heart of the drum, and you know that the resilience that has brought us here. You know, recognizing that, yes. And just the beautiful spirit of the drum and the people that you're certainly connected to. So I appreciate your time and sharing some of your teachings. So thank you very much, Chimigwech, and I wish you well in the rest of your time at National Music Center.
Thanks, Dave. Ixamaga, muistas.